Hello.
Hello, nice to see you.
Hi there. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. Great.
Excellent. My name is Brad. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Ari. I'm from Seoul in South Korea.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm Brad, and I'm originally from Canada, but
Mm.
right now I'm living in Europe, in the Czech Republic. But a few years ago, I was actually living in Seoul.
Yeah, I saw your
Yeah,
profile video and your profile content. Mhm. Yes.
yeah. And no, I loved living in Seoul. Like there were so many good things about it, and I was actually planning on going back to visit my friends this year, but of course, it wasn't a good year for traveling. So hopefully next year I will be able to go back.
Wow, great.
Yeah. So, Ellie, what do you do?
Yeah, I booked this lesson, but I'm not bound by this lesson. This lesson framework. So
Ah,
I want to discuss freely.
okay, excellent. That's no problem. Um, Ellie, what do you do? Are you working or are you a student or?
No, I'm mother. I'm housewife.
Ah, excellent. How many kids do you have?
I have two sons.
Very good. And how old are they?
Yeah, one is 5 year,
Yeah.
and the other one is a 3 year old boys.
Oh, that those are both ages that have a lot of energy, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Oh, very cool. And so you live in Seoul, you said?
Yes, I live in Seoul, but
Oh, okay.
not exactly, and definitely, you live in, you have been South Korea, so you know
Yeah,
about this area. Yeah,
yeah.
수도권 at around the Seoul, around the Seoul. Yeah,
Okay.
you heard of? Have you heard about 경기도?
Yes, I lived in Gyeonggi-do for a year and a half. Actually, I was in Gunpo.
군포? Yeah, 군포
Yeah.
is near here.
Okay. So are you in oh my gosh, what cities are close by? There's Gunpo and Ansan and ah I can't remember the names of all the cities because it was a long time ago, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, your memory passed for several years, so you couldn't
Yeah.
remember definitely.
Anyang. Anyang was another city that I
Yeah,
spent a lot of time in.
Anyang.
Yeah.
Anyang is a very big city.
Yeah. Oh, okay, awesome. Oh, no, it's just yeah, I really was hoping to visit my friends earlier this year and yeah, I will have to wait. So, Ellie, what do you like? I know that you have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, but so I know you're very busy, but if you have some free time, what do you like to do?
Yeah, this time is only my free time.
Uh,
Yeah, so
so you are,
mhm.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So I before this lesson, I prepared this lesson content.
Okay. So, okay, so let's get started and see. You are what you eat. One of my favorite things to talk about because I love food and I love the idea of eating healthy food, but I just find so many times I end up somehow, even though I want to eat healthy food, I end up
Mhm.
eating unhealthy food.
Yeah. You have eaten lots of Korean food.
Oh yeah.
Several years ago, Korean food is not famous in the world, but recently, Korean traditional food is very famous in the world. That's my thought.
Yeah, like it's definitely, yeah, like a lot more people know about Korean food than they did in the past.
Hmm.
For example,
Yes,
when I was younger, I didn't know much about Korean food at all.
yes.
Even when I went to Korea, I didn't know what kimchi was before I went
Hmm.
to Korea, but now it's, yeah, I feel like even when I travel around other places now, I'm seeing more and more Korean restaurants in other cities. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Actually, there's one in Prague that I really like. I haven't been there in a while because I'm in the Czech Republic, but I don't live in Prague. I'm about an
Mhm.
hour outside of Prague, and since the pandemic, I haven't really been going to Prague much. But there's one really good Korean restaurant called Pocha.
Pocha? Ah,
Yeah.
pocha. Yeah, I know, I know. Have you drunken? Have you ever drunken soju?
Oh yes, I tried while I was in Korea, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
But I know Pocha is a type of restaurant in Korea, but the one in here in Prague is named Pocha. Like the name of the restaurant is Pocha.
Uh-huh. But pocha, this in this area, pocha is usually pocha means usually like like pop pop or
Yeah, like a
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So it's not a real Pocha, but yeah, that's the just the name of the restaurant.
Mhm. That's interesting.
Yeah. But it would be hard to pick just one, but if I had to pick one favorite Korean food right now, I think I would pick dak galbi. I love dak
Takgalbi.
galbi.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I have a horror. I tell you horror story. Yesterday, I ate dakbal. You know dakbal?
Ah, yes, I
Yeah.
do know.
That's why you live in Korea, so you know dakbal.
Yes, and I have to say I didn't really like dakbal. I tried it, but it was difficult for me.
That's so spicy.
Yeah. And it's so spicy and for me the texture like it was very chewy for me. I wasn't able to, enjoy it so much. But I think in the future if I tried it again and I
Mhm.
knew what to expect, it wouldn't be so bad. But because some special foods, the first time you try them and you don't know what to expect, it can be yeah, too yeah.
I think Western people and Western people would think Dakbar is so weird and dirty.
I don't think it's dirty, but I thought it was strange because
Mhm.
we don't eat the foot in where I grew up. But at the same time, for me it wasn't because I thought it was strange. I just thought that the feeling of chewing it in my mouth, I didn't like it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so sticky and delicious.
Yeah. But
I know, and I have seen, I have watching I have been watching on TV show in the U.S. That Late Show, you know Late Show,
okay.
um, yeah,
What's it called?
yeah. That I saw about uh, you know, you know, definitely Justin Bieber, but Justin Bieber's invited Late Show.
Ah,
He Sprit. That corner's name is Sprit.
yeah.
I didn't remember, but they
I've heard of the show. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but
yeah, but they eat the cow tongue and the cow tongue
ah,
birds. cow tongue and birds. Sorry,
Yeah, it's did you oh, I don't know. The
spring.
Katong,
Yeah, I
was it
cow tongue and
ah, what's it called? The Korean I know the word because I've eaten it before. It's like ah
I
it's
couldn't
not
remember
common in
that.
Korea, but
Yeah,
it's you eat like
so
the
weird.
intestine and the stomach.
Ah, saliva. Bird. They
Gopchang,
yeah, gopchang, and there
gopchang,
eat
right?
yeah, there eat saliva, bird's saliva. There
Ah,
there ate there have uh, a bird's saliva, and there have a cow tongue. I saw
wow,
very weird.
yeah. I don't want to try to eat. No, not that food. But yeah, but
Yeah,
no, I loved most Korean food though. Like I loved the dakgalbi and just the whole
bulgogi. Yeah, bulgogi.
yeah, any Korean barbecue like bulgogi and samgyeopsal, and my
Yeah.
favorite one was galmegisal was my favorite. I love those.
Ah, you look Korean now because Garmegisar is very unique in this area. So you look originally from Korea.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I mean, not every food is healthy, but I think overall Korean food is good because it's not as fatty or as fried as some other foods. For example, like I love Japanese food too, but when I was in Japan, I thought that the food was kind of salty and oily sometimes.
Hmm.
But Korean food is a bit more fresh, and and the chili, like the gochujang,
Oh
was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
made everything so spicy. And
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Almost the Korean traditional food is put to gochujang.
Ah, yeah.
Pepper paste. Yeah, pepper paste.
Yeah, pepper paste, yeah. It's funny because I know that a lot of the food words do have English translations, but I
Yeah,
find
so
I
difficult.
usually just but I usually do use the Korean word for, or yeah, like if I'm talking about Korean food, I'll end up using the Korean word. But
Yes,
again,
translate to the Korean food is translating Korean food is so awkward because but
yeah,
almost people use English, so um, I can translate in English.
yeah, but I mean, it just doesn't sound as good. It's like when you're talking about gochujang, to call it pepper paste, like paste is just not a very appetizing word. I don't want to eat something that's called paste, but gochujang,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that sounds good. And it's the same with yeah, yeah. There was another translation too that was weird. Yeah, for the jjigae, like doenjang jjigae, they
Jjigae,
call it
yeah.
like. Yeah,
Yeah.
like bean pastes. Yeah, doenjang is called bean paste, and it just,
Yeah, exactly.
pepper paste and bean paste, it just doesn't sound very good
Hmm.
to me. But
Yeah.
uh,
Hmm.
but
You
they still
know,
taste
uh,
good.
you you already know. You already. I think you already know jjajangmyeon.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, black pepper, black bean paste, black bean
Yeah,
paste.
yeah, black bean paste, and
Yeah.
and again, it tastes good. I love jjajangmyeon, but
Hmm.
it's funny because the last year that I lived in Korea, I took my mom to Korea to visit because I
Hmm.
wanted to show her where I had been living. And yeah, jjajangmyeon was one of her favorite things that she tried because it wasn't too spicy. It wasn't,
Yeah.
yeah. because some things were just too spicy for her. She said heartburn, like if you eat, like for people who aren't used to it, if they eat spicy food, they can have some pain in their stomach. So she wasn't able to eat
Wow.
too much
Yeah.
spicy food, but she really liked jjajangmyeon.
Oh, that's interesting. Almost Korean people loves spicy food. So we, um, no matter what we ate uh, any any food, no problem. Oh, no
Yeah,
problem. Our stomach.
I know. Yeah, it's when you're used to it, it's exactly like it's no problem. Yeah. And for me, I like spicy food too. I didn't find it made me feel bad, but the
Mhm,
only time there was one time in Korea where there was a food that was just too spicy and I couldn't
mhm.
eat it. And I was so surprised because do you know Jaws tteokbokki?
Yes, I my favorite food and my best cooking is tteokbokki.
Yeah. Now I like tteokbokki, but yeah, I was living in Gunpo, and a few years
Hmm.
ago there was a they opened a Jaws tteokbokki there, and every day when I was walking home from work, I would pass this place, and there was always a line, like maybe 10 or
Hmm.
12 people waiting in line. And I thought, okay, people are waiting in line, so this must be really good. I want to try it someday. And then a few weeks or a few days, whenever later, I walked by and there wasn't anybody in line. So I said, okay, today is the day I will try it. So I got it and I got it to go and I took it home with me to eat.
Hmm.
And it was so spicy I couldn't even eat half of it. It was so hard for me.
Hmm.
And I was
Yeah,
shocked because I've had tteokbokki from many other places and it was,
yeah,
good spicy,
exactly.
but Jaws was just it was unbelievable for me. I couldn't believe how spicy it was.
Yeah, almost. When almost people eat tteokbokki once, I think they became addicted to cooking tteokbokki.
Yeah. Oh, it's just the texture. Like I love the
Yeah,
duck, like the rice cake, like just how
yeah.
chewy
Duck,
it is. I
duck is
really like
very
that.
sticky and like like similar duck duck's surface is so sticky and like cheese maybe.
There's something cheesy about like the cheesy texture for sure. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh, but yeah, it's like I would even like to try cooking Korean food more, but in the city that I'm in now, there's no international grocery store or
Hmm.
no Asian food grocery store. And
Yeah.
in the Czech Republic, there there aren't a lot of Korean people living here. There are some, but there are so many people from Vietnam here.
Hmm.
So it's like, even in a small city, you can find many Vietnamese restaurants.
Hmm.
Like, but
Yeah.
yeah, the city I'm in now, we don't have a Korean restaurant.
Hmm.
So I would
So
have to
yeah.
travel 1 hour to get Korean food.
Yeah. Well, Korean people loves Vietnam food. So
Yeah.
I think Vietnam restaurant is very common here. So
Yeah.
I visit. I went to go to the Vietnam restaurant several times.
Okay, yeah. I like Vietnamese food too, but it's just, it's not the same for me because Vietnamese food is good, but I don't have this feeling of, nostalgia for it like I do with Korean food. So,
Yeah, that's. I think Korean food is almost carbohydrate. Yeah, so
yeah, there's
like rice. Dough. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
almost
There's definitely a
food
lot of
is yeah,
carbohydrates.
carbohydrate, I think.
Yeah. I mean, carbohydrates are important for our bodies. We need them, just not too many.
Yeah, making energy.
Yeah. But you say you like to cook tteokbokki?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy cooking or?
Yeah, I like almost tteokbokki. Before I made the tteokbokki by myself, but recently I bought the tteokbokki in internet shopping mall.
Ah, okay.
Yes, but that's
So you
very
mean like
convenient. Yeah.
they send it to you and it's just everything is ready to go. You just have to put it in the pan.
Yes, almost instant tteokbokki, but
Yeah.
that's interesting. And sometimes, sometimes instant tteokbokki is delicious. Is delicious than my tteokbokki because even cup instant, cup ramen and
Yeah.
cup tteokbokki recently. Recently, uh, cup tteokbokki is very popular in here.
Interesting. I've never
Yeah,
had cup tteokbokki, but I've had cup jjajangmyeon that was really
yeah,
good.
yeah. Cup jjajangmyeon and the cup similar, very similar. We put the water to
Yeah.
light, yeah, light or limit. Um, 2 or 3 minutes later, we can eat cup tteokbokki.
Wow. It's really convenient.
Yeah, but so sweet. I don't. I'm not prepare. I'm not prepare cup tteokbokki.
I see. Because and it's good, but at the same time, when you're cooking something yourself, you have more control over the ingredients you use and you can,
Hmm.
make it a little I know tteokbokki is not healthy, but if you make it yourself, maybe you can make it more healthy.
Yeah. So, but for my health, I when I make tteokbokki, I put lots of vegetable and eggs. Yeah, eggs and omu. You know omu?
Omu? Ah,
Omu is a
like
PC rice cake. Maybe
yes.
PC rice cake.
Yeah. Like it's similar, is it odeng? Similar to
Yeah.
odeng.
Oh, you
Yeah.
you Korean. Yeah, odeng. Yes. Exactly. Yeah,
No,
I
I
put
just
lots of
remember
ingredients.
I just remember
Yeah, you know
in my
당면?
home
You know 당면?
Gangwon? No.
Yeah, 당면 is 잡채.
Okay, I know japchae, yeah. But I
Hmm.
just remember in my neighborhood, when I lived in Gunpo, every night, like, if my friends and I had been out at the bar or whatever, and like we were going home, around like 10:30 or 11, there would be this we called him Mandu Man, and it was
Ah,
like just
만두.
he had his
Yeah.
yeah, he had his truck and he would sell like steamed mandu and we would eat mandu and the water that the odeng was cooked in, we would just get a cup of that water to drink with our mandu and it's just
Mhm.
I don't know, it's like such a nice winter memory because it's so cold outside, but you're drinking the broth from the odeng and it made you feel so warm.
Mhm. Yeah. That's so delicious, and this that food is very common here. Almost, 분식. 분식 is a small restaurant, and
Ah,
분식 is very convenience restaurant here.
yes. Yeah. Bunchik. I don't remember that word, but like
Kimbap,
I can
you know
picture
kimbap
exactly
nara?
what.
You know kimbap nara?
Yes,
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 kimbap nara is one of the bunshik.
got it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, now I want to have Jeyuk Pop.
Yeah, that's almost a great food.
Yeah, but no, for me, I can't get Korean food now, and I can't get the ingredients easily either. So next time I go to Prague, though, I will go to the grocery store, like the
Hmm.
special Korean food store, and I will get kimchi and gochujang because I
Hmm.
want to try to make dak galbi again.
Yeah, that's
Because
great.
I made it once and it wasn't as good as a restaurant, but it was pretty
Mhm.
good. Like I was impressed with how good it tasted, but it's still, if I live in Korea, I wouldn't cook. I would go to the restaurant to get it. But if I don't live
Yeah,
in Korea, I will try to
sounds
make it at
good.
home.
Yeah, I think T-Mac, fried chicken, and the
Ah,
beer. Yeah, that's
yes.
great combination. Yeah.
Yeah. And Korean fried chicken is so good too. It's I don't know the secret, but it's so crispy. Like the
Yeah,
batter is really
crispy.
good and
Yeah.
yeah. And to me I thought it was so strange that KFC seemed to be so
Yeah.
popular in Korea, but Korea had so much better fried chicken,
Yeah,
When I
exactly.
lived in Korea, I would never go to KFC because there were so many better choices.
Yeah, when I was a retail, I have been KFC a lot, but recently in Korea, so many chicken company chain is all around the country. So yeah, we can call and order to delivery chickens and the side dish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, Yeah, the delivery in Korea is so efficient too, and it's always so fast. I feel
yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah, back home, like it would take a long time and they would charge you a lot of extra money for getting the food
Mhm.
delivered. But in Korea, the price was just so good and it was so fast.
Yes, and even that delivery's name is 배달 천국. That means delivery heaven of delivery. That company's name is heaven of delivery. That's interesting.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny. And yeah, and I used to get pizza from a place called Pizza Heaven.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know lots of Korean food.
yes.
Even
No, I
even
lived in Korea for a
than me.
while, but it wasn't all at once because like for teachers, like our contracts were usually 1 year. So I would teach for 1 year and then go
Mhm.
home for a few
Uh-huh.
months to see my family. Then I would go
Yes.
back and do one more year and then go home to see my family for a few months. But
Yeah. Otherwise, I want to go to the English speaking country next year.
yeah, where are you thinking? Where would you like to go?
Yeah. Canada. Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Canada is beautiful. But
Hmm.
yeah, maybe next year. This year is not a good year to visit.
Yes.
I think in Korea now you have a very good situation with
Yes.
the
Exactly.
pandemic. It's not so bad,
Hmm.
and even my hometown, like I grew up in a really small
Hmm.
area, like it's an island on the east coast of Canada, and for a while we were having, zero new cases every day or just one new case, but they were in quarantine. But
Hmm.
now it's starting to spread again, so I'm
Yeah.
hoping that it won't be so bad. But
Yeah. So I'm waiting to getting better. Yeah.
yeah, well, hopefully it will be soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ellie, I can't believe how quickly our time went by today, but it was really
Hmm.
good to meet you. And after class, I will go to your profile and check the box to make you a
Yes, I
regular
know.
student so it will be easier for you to see my schedule in the future. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you next
Yeah.
time.